So this is episode 3 of the podcast. This is Aleksey Goussard. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
That's fine.
All right, so I haven't seen you since last year, I want to say.
I think we texted on and off.
I said I haven't seen you, so.
Seen? Yeah, I think before I went to South Africa again, I stopped by. I think when I still had a car. That was like the last time.
Car?
Yeah.
What does happen to your cars when you leave the country? They just disappear?
Oh no. I before I left the country, I crashed my car. So
it would be the fastest way to get rid of it. It's efficient.
Yeah.
But you were telling me though something horrible was going on over there while you were here.
What do you mean?
You were saying there was like some sort of like civil unrest. People were being murdered.
Oh, when I was there?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Like, not really being murdered. It's just in South Africa, there's a lot of xenophobia going on, and now the government and shit is very, very corrupt. So it happens.
And so this you're home while this is happening. This is your surroundings.
Not my surroundings. It's more in the downtown area.
Okay. Oh, so like the was it George Floyd riots here in San Jose? It was mostly the downtown area, but not really everywhere else.
It's not really similar to the George Floyd riots because
it was crazy.
Yeah, no, that shit is crazy because it sparked an international movement, whereas in South Africa, the only international movements that are really protests are like women movements. So like
nice.
Women against
the best
rape.
Kind of movements.
That's a yikes from women movements for rape. Because it's mostly rape.
Yeah, because it's one of those crimes like because once it's like the threat is there, and let's say some poor woman has like a warning, right? Like, oh, I'm about to rape you, and she's like, well, I'm gonna call the police. Well, what's the police gonna do? They can't unrape her, like what's done is done. Yeah, like it's not like when someone steals something you just give it back or something like that. It's like when you're raped, the deed is done, as they say.
It's just that rape and corruption run rampant in South Africa.
So, have you been a victim of either or both?
I'm like trying to probe my mind to think of a victim of corruption, but as of now, I'm not aware that I am a victim of rape.
Don't sound so disappointed.
I don't know.
You're like, oh darn it.
Oh darn. I want more people to pity me.
Well, yeah, especially for that. I heard, all right, that in Russia, actually, some guy got caught breaking into this lady's house. The lady caught him, but instead of calling the police, just kind of like chained him up in her basement and just like used him as a sex slave for like a year.
Okay.
Until she got caught. I mean, I don't know how to feel about that, right? It's like, well, I guess it takes.
Wouldn't it be a dream come true for you?
I think it depends on the girl. I mean, if she's tough enough to like put this guy down, she must be built like a football player,
Well, maybe I don't know.
right?
Um, I when I was there, I didn't really see buff women. It's not that common. They're more like athletic, you know.
Athletic. That's a kind way of saying it. Yeah. Is that what you call them over there? Athletic.
Uh,
Hmm. So
like
so you're finishing your studies. Like, that's what's happening?
um, look, I can either I'm finishing my study because I dropped the class this session because we have 2 summer sessions, and I'm planning to take both summer sessions, and both of them are like 5 weeks each. So I still
Hmm.
have like 6 weeks left.
Okay. Nice.
Um, yeah, and I'm like hopefully in that time I can finish 5 of my classes. 5.
Bro, what are you? Who are you trying to impress?
Like you get a discount if you take a certain amount or more.
Oh, so just yourself
You
then, I
get
see.
the,
Hmm.
it feels like I got fatter again.
Hmm.
My
You
cheeks feel
look the
chunkier.
same. I don't. Maybe the camera adds a couple pounds.
Maybe
You know,
I don't I don't
maybe
really
that.
care.
That adds a couple pounds.
Maybe
But
I'm just fat. You know.
well, I mean, yeah, but you know what they say when it comes to guys, like we can afford a bit of like chubbiness, because aren't like dad bods in now? They're like popular. So so don't work out too hard, man. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Just to
gotta keep these
maintain.
gains in check. Damn, yeah, no, but it's that age old. Was it everything in moderation, right? Can't win. All right, Elon, trying to drive your stocks up now.
Aren't
Watch.
Tesla stocks going up right now?
Yeah, record breaking, record breaking. He literally just passed the richest man in the world right now, like yesterday. So
What? He's Jeff Bezos now?
no, it was Warren Buffett. It was Jeff Bezos for a while.
Wait,
Unless
so
unless I read the
oh,
title
okay.
wrong, because I didn't read the article.
I thought dude, that doesn't fucking help if you read titles.
Hey, I'm not gonna give them my clicks, trying to get my attention like that. No. But how have you been dealing with this isolation?
Jerking off.
I mean, that's one of those unspoken things. Like every guy knows,
Oh,
and most women suspect it, but you don't say it out loud unless it comes up in conversation.
I mean, yes, but also it's vital to keep that alive, to keep it known. You know, it's like a connection in everybody. But I mean, besides that, I've been playing a lot of video games, watching a lot of TV,
You still watch TV?
doing
You have cable?
like Netflix. You know.
Oh, so you're normal. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think our generation and forward, like we kind of just gave up on TV. I know I did. Like either something's good enough that I go out of my way to watch it off an illegal site, or it's on Netflix or another site, like
Like all
Hulu
my
or
streaming
something.
sites I
Yeah,
don't pay for.
yeah. So, what was the? I think they released a study the other month that kind of goes over how many people actually pay for Netflix versus how many people are like sharing the password. And it's like 66% of people on Netflix are not paying for the service. It's like, wow. Oh, I'm not paying for it. Jesus. I like the
But
convenience of the streaming, but I mean, everything can be pirated nowadays, which is a blessing, if you ask me.
I think
I mean,
it became
mhm.
a bit harder to pirate after the FCC dumb shit, net neutrality stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always going to be like
Yes,
out of country servers, which I don't know who. Maybe it's a Russian server that I'm leeching off of right now, but I'm grateful.
Russian
Because
servers are the best for pirating stuff.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I recognize the alphabet at this point. I see it so often when I'm searching.
My Russian friends, like they just stream everything through
Good.
websites.
You know, it's interesting too because I think Russia's political structure gets a lot of shit. Especially, I think recently Putin just made himself permanent president.
Till
Um,
2034.
right, but like the thing is, either he's very good at keeping terrible things a secret, or there are literally more like scary things right now, like China, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, like I think Putin isn't as bad as Ping, Xi.
Yes, for sure. Oh my God! Like, I, from what I can tell, I think Russia is using Putin as a buffer from specifically China, like because he seems to have like the strong personality to stand up to like anyone trying to push uh, the country
There's
around.
problems Russia and China. Some import export shit.
Yeah, I know. I know they're getting along for the most part. Like I've literally heard zero news about any conflict between them.
There has been a minor conflict, but it's not as bad as China and India, for example.
Oh yeah, dang, banning TikTok, right? That's the big thing right now. And
Wow.
I
Oh,
know, right?
no, that's
Like
nothing. The conflict in
oh, Kashmir.
yeah, that Kashmir shit. You
Yeah,
know that like uh, I think it was like a dozen Chinese people died, and then half the amount of Indians
yeah,
died.
yeah.
That's
No,
kind of funny.
well, not just that, but I mean, it's the first time two nuclear powered countries are that close to actually pushing the button, so to speak, right? I mean,
I mean, like I think the closest to pushing a button was Soleimani, beginning of this year, but who even remembers that?
right. Like, took me a minute too. Like, so, oh, this is right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that guy, that place, wherever it might be.
I still get a lot of information, like not information. Don't quote me on that. I
I
still
will.
get a lot of past shit. Um, a lot of past shit from podcasts, like really dumb podcasts. Have you
What?
ever heard of a podcast named Tumtown?
No, tell me more.
That's the podcast. It got flagged for for I think being too racist apparently, but they don't. They do say it's racist, but it's more of a joke, like dark humor. They don't mean it. I don't like Kramer. I don't go like Kramer.
I was gonna say, like nowadays, the definition of racist has uh, definitely been generalized a lot more than it used to be. I mean, back in my day or our day, I don't know how old are you?
23.
Okay, back in my day, it was
How
a
old are
lot.
you? 28.
I'm
20.
29.
Yeah.
I
I
know,
know
yeah,
you're
yeah.
an old man.
I know,
You're
right?
not 30.
I don't look it, but I'm getting up there. It's all this COVID that's keeping me young.
No, it's the braces keeping you young. As soon as the
I think
braces,
so. Something about braces, yeah, like it gives off like a youthful vibe, which I'm not complaining. You
yeah,
know what they say, like you start getting old when you start like believing that you're old, you know. So I don't believe it yet. So, until then.
all I'll say is give them a give them a like a just a shot. Maybe watch a short clip.
Hmm.
I can maybe send you one that's pretty funny.
I was
Um,
gonna say, what style is it? Is it like a commentary or conversation, satire?
it's a, it's a commentary conversation. Like they just jump into it. And then
I think
sometimes they go on tangents that are so stupid and racist, where like they have a bit of a Jewish Chinese guy, and
Jewish
then
Chinese guy.
yeah,
That sounds
or a
sounds
Jewish
like
Korean, or a Jewish Korean.
Jewish Korean. Yeah. It's an interesting mix, but I'm sure it's there. Now that you mention it, um, for some reason I was reminded of a friend. This dude, his girlfriend was half Asian, half Irish. Uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, she was like a 13. Uh,
Jeez.
Something about like mixed race girls is just something else. I don't know what it is.
Well,
For the most part,
depends.
I do
Uh,
absolutely, yeah, absolutely
I'm
depends. I
not
agree.
gonna say all everybody is like because you get the gradient of every.
Yeah.
I think of every girl.
Though I mean, yeah, of course there's a gradient, but I would argue that
But
their
I think
bell curve,
have a bigger gradient, have a steeper gradient.
yeah, like it's their bell curve is way more favoring towards the
Yeah.
extremes rather than the curve itself. Must be nice. Jesus. For my friend, I haven't seen him in like 10 years though, so I don't know if he ever did anything with that, but still. I remember, I was I'm 29, I was 19. Yeah, damn. To me, that was like that guy. He doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be anything in life because he's already something in life, right? That's how it goes. Oh, yeah, that's how it used to go. But how did you find the time to like do everything? Because I noticed because everything is closed now, life does pause. Like I do talk to people less by a wide margin. I'm starting to feel like I used to during my blue phase, where I kept to myself, fought wolves on the weekends, just regular stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, I don't know, man. Like a lot of times, I feel I I feel that a lot of people can sympathize, but like with this isolation stuff, then you start getting unmotivated and
Yes,
very you procrastinate a lot.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Luckily,
For,
I emailed one of my professors about this, and like he's not penalizing me until like I think I have till the end of the week or something to catch up, and I'm mostly caught up. I even fucking had to watch a documentary about Jamaica's economic problem, their problems in the year 2000, I think. Yeah,
what classes
watched
are
it.
you taking? Jesus.
I'm taking a political or sustainable development and political policy or environmental policy type of class, and then a sustainable development. So they're basically just bouncing off each other, both my
Wait,
classes.
what's your major? What is your major that you're taking these two nonsense?
Environmental studies and politics. I made.
Politics.
Uh, I just
Why?
finished East Asian politics course. Got an A
East
minus.
East Asian politics. We're talking Japan and China.
Not China, because it's a comparative clause. So it compared three similar countries with democracies. Um, so Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan.
Oh, because no communism. Is that? Do you think that's by design, or it's like clearly there's an agenda here
No, China has its own clause.
of communism, or
No,
like
no, no,
or like
no,
in
no,
the
no.
school?
It, for a class,
Oh,
like
okay. For
there's,
credits.
its own study, but
Mm.
also I don't think it's an agenda. I think it's just because it's a comparative class, it tends to come like the I've taken comparative classes before, and they tend to take similar things,
Yeah,
not
but wouldn't you say that China has like some very obvious rudimentary capitalism going on right now?
yes, some
Mm.
rudimentary capitalism, but it does not. That's economics. I'm talking about politics. It's political policies are the
So
opposite of
no, so
democracy.
you think politics and economics are separate in China?
To an extent, yes. In
Because
China,
you don't think that the economics are slowly but surely, because money, are influencing the political dynamic?
like you would think so, but no.
Is the other way around?
It's not the other way around. It's just the
I would argue it's
um
the other way around, actually.
cultural. y- Yes, you can argue that, but I'm talking about like in perspective of China with its heavenly mandate, um like the party is everything. There are so many indoctrinated people in the country of China. There's a whole another life and world that is kind of shadowed to you, or not shadowed but like foggy
Yeah,
to
yeah.
us.
Pollution is a big problem.
Yes, besides pollution, but I'm talking about like their cultural sphere. It's
But yeah, I mean, to them, everyone who doesn't look Asian is like a freak, right? Like
or white.
they're or white,
Everyone who
right?
look, yeah, if you're dark, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, I'm sure if I went there, like they'd look at me and not in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I saw this one vlogger. He um socially he's fine, but like in when he does document shit and goes through bureaucracy, they give him a tough time because he's African, so he's also
Mm,
from South Africa. So even
nice.
if you're African, you get classed as a more um, suspicious type of entity or something.
No, no, I think it's like that wherever. I think even in Mexico, like the town where my parents are from, um, the native people there, because over there, natives and like the mixed Spanish people are like still very separate to this day. I'm noticing, like it's very much them and us over there to this day, and yeah, like the city folk are more like the some pseudo Spanish blood in there, um, and they very much refer to people that are shorter, darker, and have like like the bigger lips and stuff as like what I think an equivalent would be like gypsies, where they're like they'll try to grift you, like overcharge you for stuff. They're like Jews and gypsies mixed into one, in terms of like from what I've noticed in stereotype.
Nice.
That's terrible.
Fucking indigenous rights, you know.
I guess like something about. Oh, I was gonna say like it wasn't. This is gonna make me sound dumb, but it was pretty recent that I found out that the slave trade was largely Dutch, right? It was mostly the Dutch that went to Africa and then dragged people to United States to be sold. Like, do you?
No, it's the Dutch and the Portuguese.
Yeah, but Portuguese are
The
pieces of shit
Portuguese had,
for more reasons than just that. Like, they're gonna
yeah,
get what's
but
coming to them at some point. I mean, Jesus Christ, Brazil. It's not a coincidence that everyone over there speaks Portuguese. Like, I'm sure they just raped the shit out of everything that moved over there. Uh, oh, fun fact. Uh, there was an interview with a photographer that traveled the world. They asked him like, where are the finest girls in the world? So, two places. The Scandinavian countries was one of them, and he said it's most likely because like the Vikings pretty much just took like the hottest women from like villages and like took them. And I was like, I guess. Second place though was
return.
Brazil. Was Brazil, and
I can imagine why Brazil, because it has a huge diversity.
hey, when are you going to Brazil? It's just a question. So I can
Gotcha.
time my visit to Brazil at the same time, so I'm not alone.
I see. I see. I don't know, man. Like, Brazil. First, I wanted to like have a licensed legal gun, or
Okay.
maybe hire an off-duty police officer
For
to be my
Brazil,
bodyguard. Yeah,
that bad.
man. I don't think it's that bad everywhere. Like, if
Okay.
if I had to like choose cities that I would want to see, um, regardless of like whether I believe they're safe or not, I would want to see Rio, Rio, Sao Paulo, and um, yeah, those two. The other ones that I maybe Curitiba, I would actually want to see like their. I watched like a documentary thing on that city, and I'm pretty interested in their city structure.
So, so your visit to these places would be purely what's the word? Philanthropic? Is that the word?
To Curitiba. I didn't say anything about Sao Paulo.
Okay. Just making sure your priorities are straight.
I think Sao Paulo isn't really as like nice and tropical as Rio. I don't know. I remember I knew like this Brazilian girl here on campus, and no, because she's not eyebrow worthy, because she looks like this is gonna sound mean, but maybe not really. This is kind of accurate. She looks like if Margaret Thatcher was in her 20s and was like thicker set. She had like a very rounded face, and she's has a
Margaret Thatcher.
mannish.
Yeah, I was gonna say Margaret Thatcher was a very masculine lady.
Yeah, but like
Wow.
rounder. This girl is like just her body is just round. She looks soft.
Mm. She looks soft. It's very descriptive. I
Like
can imagine.
squishy.
And not in a good way.
It's not the good or bad. It's just an object, like not objective, but like observation. She looks like a pillow person. But anyway, Brazilian
Go on.
girl.
Yeah.
I think I didn't really appreciate much about her, but because holy shit, she comes from privilege. Holy shit, like the shit that she would talk about, and she goes to. She kind of takes a lot of things for granted, I feel. And then yeah, but yeah, thinking of the other Brazilian girl, she was hot.
The other person?
There was, I think there were two Brazilian girls. This is, I was friends with a lot of the exchange students.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I've always wondered that, actually, in particular. Like, I notice whenever we would walk around the ends that you'd high five seemingly random people. Uh, what does what does that mean? Like, I always wondered, like, what?
I just kind of know people. It's not like I'm friends with them. I just know them.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like I could take you anywhere and you could high five anyone randomly, like, hey,
Hey,
hey, like, what? Okay, so that
I
means you can
think
get me into places.
priorities have, they've slowed down a lot
Mm.
now, especially
Cool.
now. But like in this last year, they have, because I established a friend group and I kind of just clung on to them. Whereas in the Anza, I didn't really have a set friend group, so I just kind of bounced around. And next year, my like I don't I like I'm hearing that the entire school year might be online.
Yeah.
So if it is, then I'm graduating end of March. Um, because I'm trying. If I could, I would want to graduate June. Because I want to do an internship, a two quarter internship, which starts I think in January and then ends as my senior exit. And I would like to write a thesis paper on the politics in South Africa.
Mm.
But as I don't know what's going to happen, like, why collect information right now if nothing happens and I might graduate earlier, you know? Because the thesis paper would also take me a while.
I was gonna say a thesis paper is that's quite an
It's like,
undertaking.
yeah, it's like 20 pages, I think.
I mean, it's just the pages, but like it's got to be good. like like
Yeah,
a
no, I
thesis,
know.
the right thesis paper can open doors if it's written right.
Yeah.
So the plan right now is basically um, do what you can while you can, right? That's what it sounds like. Or am I mistaken?
Um, Not
Are you are,
really. The
are,
plan now is finished. The plan
are you
now is
gonna join
finished.
the
Like,
Are you gonna
and
join the
if
Sons of Odin?
the Sons of Odin.
Yeah, I still remember you telling me about that.
Wait, what the fuck? When did I tell you about this? I don't remember.
I do. I remember a lot of things. You were telling me,
What's the
wow,
Sons of Odin?
I can't tell if you're being coy or not.
I honestly don't.
Hmm.
I don't remember. I'm gonna Google it right now because I don't remember this.
Good. Educate yourself. You're welcome. But I distinctly remember hearing this from you specifically.
What? No, I. Maybe you're thinking that. Are you saying that I wanted to go to the Sons of Odin?
It's not a place.
Oh, oh, I no. Now I remember.
Oh, you remember? All of a
Yeah, now I
sudden.
remember the context. I
What a
remember the
coincidence.
context because it's that Scandinavian group
Group.
anti-immigrant.
You mean gang?
Yeah, whatever. I remember watching a documentary, and I don't really care about that documentary anymore because, surprise, surprise, it was a Russia Today documentary.
Oh, so it always goes back to politics.
I
How
think everything,
coincidental.
like for me at the moment, goes back to politics
Really? Oh
because
well,
I'm
that is your major. Yeah. That's also what you're
but
going to school for, so not surprised.
but I do want to, like, as soon as I'm done, if I decide to stay here and work here, I kind of would want to get out of the state. Um, I don't know
Like
why.
California, you mean, or United
Uh,
States?
I don't know yet, but if I get a job here, then I'd stay here. I I just kind of want to move
Holy
away.
crap, I lost audio. Wow. Um, all right, proceed to speak.
Okay. Did you lose audio? What do you mean?
Yeah, it just switched to my laptop's like built-in audio. That's weird.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you
from
your
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 phone.
phone.
Well, ain't nothing gonna stop this. Go on.
Yeah, I,
I
yes, now I
I
can hear
can hear
myself.
myself.
All right,
Yours.
I have a plan B.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
solidarity.
solidarity.
I will put on my.
On my
Ah, I think
thing
I'm taking a nap.
now.
What was that? You think something about something?
Damn it. What did you say?
You were saying you said I think, and then therefore you
Oh,
are.
I think I might take a nap
You might
after
what?
this. Just get tired and just jam out to music until I fall asleep.
Oh, interesting. So basically, what you do every day.
Um, not every day. I like. I can't nap. But recently, I haven't been sleeping well, and my sleep schedule is really out of whack because of classes and stress and that. Um,
Yeah, but sleep is
After
for the
this,
weak.
yeah. I mean, there's nothing to do, and no, I'm sleepy. Just want, I don't know. I just want to feel energized. I don't want to just feel like a dead zombie.
There will come a
Um,
day when you will sleep for the rest of your days on this earth. Are you sure you want to add to the total time
there will
of
come a day when it won't be
said
the
slip?
last. No, 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 no.
Ah, I have a dream.
Yeah, I have a dream.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Do you ever have like those fake memory dreams where they're close enough to an existing memory where they just feel like an alternate version of what you already know? They're the ones that are, I think, the most messed up. They're more messed up than like a nightmare that's completely impossible. Because when you wake up, you're like, okay, that was impossible, right? Like, the,
Yeah,
there's
when it's something that kind of fades into your brain, and it takes you at least half the day to realize that it was a dream, because you kind of don't think about it, and then when you think back to it, like in the middle of the day, then it's like, oh shit, that was a dream. This never happened.
right, even if it's something nice, you're like, ah, whack. Um, what do they call that? Loss aversion? Like it hurts more to lose something than it is to gain something of equal value, right?
Yep. Law of equivalent exchange.
Our feelings are not built like that, apparently. We're designed to get hurt more by what we lose than what we don't have, right? So it hurts more to have a lollipop and lose it than it is to know of the lollipop and never get it. Why is that?
Yeah. That's why I like that it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. It's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that, Chief. I'd rather not. There's some
Whereas
things.
it is better to have fucked and lost than never to have fucked at all.
I don't know
But
about that either.
it depends on how like if it was just a one night stand, uh then it's a one thing. But if you form a kind of connection, then it messes you up.
Well, also to that, I would argue that also depends on the ubiquity of getting some. Like even if you're not particularly picky about getting some, if it's
Mhm.
hard for you to get some, then it's going to be particularly painful to abstain.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
then
I'm saying if you're like in the average bunch like me, then you can get you where you can excel or you can just fuck
you're
with your
you're
life.
you're average, so it's normal to be from South Africa and all this. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm the weirdo. Oh geez.
Yeah, you're fucking what the fuck's wrong with you? You were born in America? What the fuck?
I
Man.
know, right?
No,
Like
you went what the fuck? That's
that's the
only
thing about
normal people are born in South Africa.
that's the
Should
thing
I get
about
the
the United
chocolate
States.
croissant? Should I get the
Yes,
chocolate croissant? Yeah.
absolutely. That's not
Oh
even a
yeah.
question. It's the question is how many chocolate croissants.
Just one. I don't want to die.
I mean,
I am
don't
gonna die, but
you don't want to speed up the process?
yes.
I mean, can we? Are you a religious man at all?
I don't know. I I don't know. I kind of I want to say I dabble.
You dabble in spirituality.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Predominantly Christian
do you believe in
Christianity.
free will, or do you believe in what's the word, divine plan, or the things already
I do
mapped
not
out?
believe in the divine plan.
Okay.
Yet parts of like a deep part of me because that was indoctrinated as I was growing up. I was baptized into this belief that there is a divine plan. So there is that nagging little bitty part of me, which I can't deny, but in
Gross.
my heart and my soul and my mind, I don't believe that, if that makes sense.
So you're trying to rebel against a belief that makes you uncomfortable.
Not rebel. I don't think I'm rebelling. I just think I grew and I didn't believe what I was doing to be what I was doing. Like I went to church, like mega church, and
Okay.
I was about to be baptized again,
Wow.
born again, whatever. And I backed away from it because I felt empty and wrong.
Okay.
It felt empty and wrong for me. Uh, and it's not that it made me uncomfortable. I never felt uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable with myself, not like it's kind of like I want to believe I feel that it's right, but I also don't know what I want to believe. Like if you could if you may. This is
Please.
maybe my high brain speaking, but it's like
Move.
it's like coming out of the closet religiously. So like you kind of don't believe the doctrines that you believe, the status quo of being straight. Well, that's like I'm talking about before it became like kind of. I think it's still an issue in South Africa.
Wait, are you saying you're religiously gay? Is that
I guess so. Like I,
or
it's
by
not
curious?
that it's not that I'm rebelling. It's not that I'm rebelling against what I like was baptized in and what I was believed in. It's that inside of me, because I literally like I went to church, I did the study sessions, I
Mhm.
spoke to people, and yet I still kind of didn't believe.
That's normal. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, and I know a lot of people who felt the same way, but they forced themselves to go through with it.
That's bad. Yeah.
And after a while, it's kind of like a fake it till you make it thing with a
Which
lot
is
of.
ironic too, because the Bible is like directly addresses that and says it's better to just not be, a Christian than it is to be a fake Christian. I think that the analogy is different though. Like it's better to be cold uh, than lukewarm. Something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, but it's interesting that you say that. At least you're honest with yourself in terms of that existential belief that like nowadays is like not even addressed unless it's like some I don't know, like the thing with the Catholic Church, like all those like hundreds and thousands of
Literally,
cases.
those types of little things add up. They
Yeah,
add up, and
yeah.
they make me question everything, and I
Mhm.
don't
They
believe
should.
in anything.
I mean,
You know.
it should definitely break what you've been, excuse the term, indoctrinated with for I don't know
Yeah, no, no,
however
no.
long.
Like I literally use that term. I understand that to an extent indoctrination.
Mhm.
Uh, like it's funny. I heard I heard that someone called religion's basically it's a cult plus time is equal to religion.
Oh, the old a cult. A religion is when the guy who started it is dead, and a cult is when he's still alive.
Yeah, kind of. But no, I don't think it even has to be like when they're dead. Um,
So like the
I
it's called Heaven's Gate cult. That thing is still alive, and the guy who started it is dead.
I mean, yeah, isn't there still some people who kind of believed it after a while after him?
900 years. Yeah, like 900 years. And I
Okay.
guess they do believe in reincarnation, so they'll try to get into the spaceship in 900 years.
Yeah, something like that.
I was gonna say, how are you with in what's the word, reconciling vastly different Eastern, uh, I don't know what to call them, spiritual philosophies when it comes to that. I mean, if you don't want it to, it can have zero effect on your life. Like you could go through life as a complete atheist, right, and be completely functional, fulfilled.
I'm not. I completely cannot be an atheist.
Mhm. Okay.
More like, if anything, the closest to my centrist area is agnostic.
Yeah, agnostic. There's a cream for that.
There's a what?
A
A
cream.
cream?
Oh. Okay, so
Agnosticism as a
so
cream.
so you believe that divinity cannot be proven nor disproven. So if something is ever found, you're like, I knew it. But if something is never found, then you're like, I'm not surprised.
Kind of. For me, it's just it's a more nuanced answer than that. Like, I get what you're trying to say, but it's very nuanced for me because I know that creation was a thing.
Okay.
And like I I don't want to be a nihilist because like if I think too deep into that area, then I become fucking depressed, and it feels very H.P. Lovecrafty for me.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's funny you mentioned that. I've been catching up on it, so it's good.
yeah, I have a collection of his short stories.
Nice. Which one's your favorite, out of curiosity?
Did I? I only read like two.
You have a collection, but you've only read two.
I have a collection of like 10 of his stories, and I got bored.
It's-
It's simply because like I got I would read it from time to time, but when it comes to books, when whatever I'm in the mood for, and usually I'm in the mood for like an interesting story.
yes.
Not I don't like a bunch of short stories that are kind of similar.
Okay.
If
Name
yeah.
of the Wind, if you ever have the inspiration. Just saying.
Name of the Wind.
Yes.
Let me see. When it comes to like short stories, I like hearing. I liked hearing this one podcaster like condense them and make them into like podcast episodes. That's pretty cool. I don't have Name of the Wind. Fuck. I have Call of Cthulhu, Whisper in Darkness, Thing on the Doorstep,
Those are good.
The Lurking Fear, Shadow over Innsmouth, The Shunned House, From Beyond, Pigment's Model, The Nameless City. I want to read that one. I
Nameless City?
really want to read that one.
Is that the one
Nameless
that,
City.
is that the one that deals with Carcosa and the Yellow King?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Hmm.
The Dreams in the Witch House.
That's the last one, right? And it's supposed to be the most realistic out of all his stories. It was the most heavily criticized out of all of them too, because of that.
I recognize the song that you're listening to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sweet Dream in C major or C minor. I don't remember the name. I usually just type in Sweet Dream in C, and then I get it on my Spotify.
You kids and your fancy Spotifys.
In your fancy Spotify. Back in my day, we had Napster.
Back in my day, we had actually I was LimeWire.
LimeWire? You were a LimeWire boy?
I was, because I had a Mac. I could afford a Mac.
Wow. That's a privilege.
And it was back. I'm not gonna try to hide it. That was awesome. Back then, Macs were nicer. Now they just turned into a hipster, like, disgusting. Everything Mac stands for is an assault to my honor. So I'm just gonna put something classy. But anyways, so
Dream Suite in C major, that's what it was. By Miracle Musical?
it was actually Nocturne Opus number 9, number 2.
No, well, the previous one. This one is, yes, obviously.
Obviously. So
Chopin.
Oh, you know what Chopin said, right?
What?
That Beethoven and Mozart, they never died.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they just became music.
They got the spaceship?
They
We
became
got
music.
onto the spaceship.
Speaking
Heaven's Gate
of
spaceship.
getting into the spaceship, I finally got around to watching Westworld.
Yeah.
Season 1 was amazing. Probably some of the best TV I've seen in a very long time.
Season 2 falls off a little bit.
Yeah. Season
And then
2, like
season 3,
something else completely.
it just like completely subverts the entire plot. And
I'm sure the writers gave up on their original story.
dude, but the Westworld could have developed into something greater. But
Yeah.
then this, so yeah,
Anthony
Season 1 is great.
Hopkins, oh my God, it's perfection. That man is a national treasure.
That was amazing
Yes.
acting.
Yeah, no, it's just every time he had a line or anything, it was just so deep and profound, and it made me want to like read I don't know, an atlas, and educate myself just to like get on his level. It's just something else. I
The
enjoyed
best
it.
one was when he was talking to the lady. I forgot who it was. Like she was a shareholder, I think.
Yeah,
Or
I think they were having a lunch scene and
yes,
everyone's
that was the
frozen.
best scene.
It was
Holy
incredible.
shit! By far, that was the best scene for me.
Yeah, no, it was incredibly complex. My personal favorite was his little speech on mistakes, though. I've
That
used
one
that.
was also good.
I've used that in real life. Like I make a mistake
Oh,
and I use that line, and it usually gets me off the hook. So
nice.
I have learned so much from
Fuck.
watching Anthony Hopkins in Westworld. I'm pretty sure I'm a different man because of it.
You're welcome for that
Hey,
tidbit.
yes, please accept all my gratitude all over your face there. So
It better
good.
be all over my face.
I mean, where else would it be? I mean, we're not gay.
Yeah.
But it made me long for good TV like that. It's so rare now.
A decent sitcom. So first of all, take that with a grain of salt. It's not, but it's a really good TV. It's like very wholesome, but it's something not like Westworld where it's like a lot of brain power. But it's called Good Place. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I watched it all. I finished it.
What did you think of it?
My only real complaint was a single line from the whole series, and it was close to the beginning because it felt dishonest after I finished watching everything, where they're asking like, is this heaven or hell? And then someone says, well, it's not like that really. And after watching the whole series, it's exactly like that. It is a heaven and it is a hell, like very well defined. That's my only complaint. It's like they try to get people.
Who said that?
Yeah, they did say it. They said, I think they said it in the first episode.
Who said that? Who said that?
I don't remember. I don't know if it was.
Like I think when the main character, she came into the guy's office and then she's like, "Am I in hell?"
Yeah,
or
I think it might have been Michael, which makes sense because he lies, or in the beginning he lied.
Yeah, so like, I don't think that's much of a discrepancy.
Right, yeah.
I felt that if it had one more season, it would have been milked. I felt that it had just plucked it at the ripe moment. Like I think it was good timing because if it was any more, then it would have been shit. I think they could have finished it in less, but I liked how the season arcs kind of formed a cohesive story.
I was gonna say,
progressing.
did you like it for its philosophy or for its story? Because you could take one away from the show, and the show would be lesser for it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like it's based on its philosophy, but
Yes.
the story is so good.
Yeah, like it is
How
pretty.
they use it's a good story. It's a very interesting, almost adventure kind of story
Yeah,
where
no,
the
the twists and turns are actually like interesting
I
and
I did
subversive.
buy a book by Kant, I think,
Oh, was
because of
he was very popular? Yeah, a lot of episodes were his commentaries on his particular philosophy,
yeah,
Kantian. Was it ethics?
Kantian ethics.
Yeah,
Ethics of the Kant.
as they say in more scholarly circles.
In the scholarly circles.
It's interesting. When it comes to their take on Kant, though, as particularly when they got to the one guy, I forgot his name, who figured everything out, and he basically turned into a
GD?
positivity pump. No,
Oh,
the
positivity pump.
yeah, the guy who like tripped on acid, and he guessed like exactly like
Oh, that guy, yeah. He was in one episode where like
yeah.
he figured it out how to he was like one of the last people to get into the good place.
Well, no, yeah, he didn't die during the show, right? No, he was still
Um
alive.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah, he was
he was one the only person
who figured
in
it out.
line to
Yeah.
get to the good place.
Yeah, no one had gotten into the good
Whereas
place in like thousands of years.
it's so interesting because like um the the whole series meta asks like what is good,
Yeah, yeah.
what is good, and it also has like a kind of a real world um political again
No, they
connotation.
no, they applied it. No, look, that's what was
Yeah,
good.
like
They
no,
literally
no,
found a
but
way to apply it to real life situations, which was
I'm
nice.
talking about like capitalism,
Oh,
capitalist type of stuff.
versus like communism and I
No, no,
think
no.
they did compare.
Like,
They made comparisons.
yeah,
Mistaken.
they did. They made a lot of philosophical, theoretical comparisons. But I
But
enjoyed it. I
yeah,
enjoyed it.
no, it was a good show. A cousin, one of my cousins recommended it, and I did take a liking to it. Um,
Yeah,
the
I like
first
binged that.
the first season of True Detectives, though, I don't know if you've ever seen it. If you ever
No.
get a chance, I would argue it's approaching that first season of Westworld too. The other two seasons
Okay.
are not
Okay.
are not they're not every season is separate, so I don't know. If you want to, you can watch the other two. The first season, though, I'm not a fan of Matthew McConaughey, but I will say, damn it, he nailed it. Damn it, like I gotta give it to him. It was quite a performance. It
I'll
was so
watch it.
good, bro. Some of the lines. This is what I like. This is what I think a real bad guy is when they say things that go beyond. I want to get rich. I want to, explode people. Beyond, and I would argue beyond someone like the Joker. Like the Joker is good, but he's not great in my eyes. He's one of the best, but still not great. The best bad guys, believe it or not, I would argue is someone like the Lich from Adventure Time.
Oh, yeah, he's a pretty good bad guy.
He's so
And
he's such a believer in what he's doing that he's not petty at all. And those are the
another
best
good
bad
bad
guys.
guy, another good bad guy, like Darth Vader and Anti-Pops.
Who?
Anti-Pops from regular show.
Oh, Anti-Pops. That reminds me, the age of good Cartoon Network has ended. It ended with
Yeah,
Steven Universe, I guess.
Steven Universe, like they fucked up their
Yeah.
final.
Yeah,
They fucked it up. Like
completely. I
I
agree.
I really loved that show, and then yeah, lesbian rocks, sweet.
Yeah, right. It's like I
And
get
then
it. Jesus, like I wasn't.
and it was actually pretty good until like
Till the last
um
bits.
a lot. Yeah, it I could even handle that, but then how they made like they kind of copped out because they were building this very insidious because like the first time he went to Homeworld for me was like already losing its steam because like they built up Homeworld to be fascist authoritarian
Yeah,
type of conquering the world, the
yeah.
galaxies, and
And it was
like
like
a
that
force to be reckoned. But
minimally.
then I feel that if they should have done similar things uh, like with Gravity Falls, where like they don't really show the second season, which is in my opinion a bit more mature, but it's not like fully. So like if Steven Universe had a more mature ending, that would have been better.
Yes.
Where Homeworld was actually more like fascist.
Yeah, no, the resolution, not just that, but the
I
resolution
didn't watch it.
I was gonna say, well, you should
You,
just to know, but White
I
Diamond,
watched I watched the review, so I know what happens.
yeah, like,
And
oof.
I don't really care about spoilers, but when I hear things like they absolutely ruin shows and I watch it and and it shows that I wouldn't like this, then I just don't watch it because why bother?
That's true. There's some truth to that. Like, why? It's one of the reasons why I'll never watch the Ghostbusters 2016. Yeah, it's like I was kind of curious because I rewatched the first two Ghostbusters again, and I was like, man, that was magic. If they can get any of that going again, it might be worth it. But then I saw the reviews, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Like this, I don't need. I'd rather spend my life staring at paint dry than this. You
And
know,
shitty. That's why I wouldn't watch Star Wars.
all of them.
The last ones, the last two, I cannot watch. I would watch maybe a Force Awakens again, but it would be very hard because I tried watching the second one and I tried like 3, 4 times.
Yeah, no, I don't know what was going through Ryan Johnson's head. He's made other movies that are good, but he's just not. He just does not get Star Wars at all. Don't. I don't like him as a Star Wars director slash writer ever. Like ever. He doesn't get it all. He's not. Maybe he is a fan, but he just doesn't understand it. Like it's not.
I
At least
feel
he
they
just
subverted
perfect.
Star Wars to appeal to a different new generation of audience.
I
Like
don't think it worked because that movie did not make money.
it still did. It still did. Uh,
Then
it's
why did they beg
Oh
J.J.
yeah, Boris.
Abrams?
One sec. I'm gonna make pasta tonight, so you don't have to order anything.
Okay,
Sure.
I was thinking about cook too, but
No. I'll make pasta and I'll wash that.
um,
Mushroom chicken pasta. Okay.
okay, I can give you the beer. That's awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just
Man,
wanted to say that.
you never made me pasta. What the hell?
Ah, you never lived with me.
That's what you think.
You lived with me in my heart.
Always. I never left.
You see, I don't think I have a lot of like close. I wouldn't. Yeah, I would say like close friends that I talk to constantly. I have a lot of friends where I don't like for long periods of time. I don't speak to them, and then when I do speak, then it's like, oh shit, what's up?
Interesting.
If yeah, like I have a lot of friends like that, And like, it's not that I'm saying I don't give a shit. It's just, I don't know.
I was gonna say, is it by choice?
No, it's not really by choice. Like, I just don't talk to them as often. But I think I value the conversations, the interactions even more that they're limited. But also, I understand life goes on. So, especially with the friends in South Africa who are like this, who I don't speak to often. When I do, then it's like very nice. And that's one of my friends whose mom passed away this weekend.
Mm, that's right.
Like,
You were saying.
and like literally a few weeks before I spoke to him, and we were talking and about his parents, and it just made me feel. I feel sorry for him. I'm just giving him a few days to himself. Maybe sometime next week I'll try to call him.
Are you concerned at all with the coronavirus?
For myself or just in general?
Both.
For myself, not really. I like a lot of people are saying, "Oh yeah, let's travel, let's do stuff already," and like not in this country. I wouldn't want like all these people are saying party, let's go out.
Yeah, Florida, right?
And no,
Jesus.
I don't like. I don't. I would go to the beach, maintain a lot of social distancing, but like if it's very crowded, then I'll just like go away because I don't want to be around too many people. That's why I didn't like. I could have, but I didn't want to participate in any protests.
So you chose for health reasons. You will not be out in the hot sun in close
Oh, it
proximity to
wasn't.
people.
It's not that hot. It's not that hot over here because it's like nice sun, and then you get the sea breeze, and it's like a nice temperature, you know. Whereas over there, it's a fucking
No, it's horrible. I've been
oven.
peeling for days. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm glad that I'm in Santa Cruz.
you'll never get a tan with that kind of thinking.
Dude, the tans here is good because it's like it's sun, it's heavy sun, but it's not that hot because of the sea breeze. So it's perfect.
So what
You
you're
stay out
saying
for
is,
longer.
so what you're saying is Santa Cruz is just better.
Temperature wise, yeah.
No,
Honestly, no, fuck it. Yeah, Santa Cruz for me is better.
I was gonna say I
I
agree. If
I prefer.
if it was cheaper to live in Santa Cruz, because from what I understand, it's actually more expensive than San Jose. Then about the same.
Yeah, it's about like it depends on where you're living in San Jose, but I think you can find places that are pretty cheap, but also it depends on there's a lot of factors, but I wouldn't say like if you're trying to find a house under $700 here a month, no,
It's not gonna happen. Okay,
no.
that's
Like
interesting.
my rent is 750.
That actually doesn't sound bad. But is that with roommates?
The guy lives upstairs, but my previous place 790, and then utilities.
Okay.
But it also had uh, a washer and a dryer, whereas this place doesn't.
So what you're saying
And
is it'd be better to get married and then find a place. That's what you're saying.
it would be better to get married with a woman who has a house. Yes,
So that's the plan.
a house and
Gold digger.
appliances. Yes.
A gold
Like,
digger.
I'm
Seduces.
I'm just waiting for the perfect opportunity to get into the workforce and then find a woman in power, ask her what her 401k is and all that stuff, and
Or pregnant.
then get her pregnant, cheat
Dang.
on my girlfriend, get her
Dang.
pregnant, and you know,
You haven't figured out, man. I don't know.
yeah.
You should write a book called The Plan. It sounds infinitely.
How to get by properly.
How it's done.
How it's done is a good one. Yeah.
You know, it beats the hell out of my plan, which was
Or how it's done with minimal effort. How it's
actually
done and then
seducing a woman is not minimal effort. It is. It
yeah,
does take
okay.
some effort. Depends on the girl, but it could be easy. It could be extremely difficult.
But I'm not saying you have to work out and shit. And you don't have to pull bits and stuff.
Are you flexing? Are you saying like for you it'd be like super easy to seduce a rich
Maybe.
woman?
Hey, maybe let's double down on that shit. Yeah. Fuck it.
Have you seen Mad Men ever?
No, but I would watch it. I know what the premise is.
The last episode of season 1 almost brought me to a tear. Not because it was sad, but because how impressive they presented the idea of nostalgia. Like it made me nostalgic for things it wasn't even talking about. That's how well like
You
I don't.
just thought of your own experiences and got nostalgic.
You should. Yeah, I was gonna say like the way they interpret the concept of nostalgia makes it possible so that anyone watching it will definitely feel it. I was like, wow, that was something else. Gotta admit, Don Draper, what's his name? John Hamm, the actor, nailed it. That one's pretty good.
Oh, it just made me think of something from Come Town. Wait, fuck it. I'm gonna look at this.
Hometown.
Yeah. I'm gonna look for it, and then I told you about the podcast.
Yes.
And they're friends with apparently with Chapo Trap House.
Trap House. Come
Yeah,
Town.
I have to get my Come Town. John. This shit made me want to watch. I'll put it on when I come back. Or wait. Let me just find this. All right, let me share my screen.
All right, Jamie, pull it up.
There it is. Oh, you need to enable screen sharing.
Advanced. Who can share? All right, it should be enabled. Proceed.
Okay, cool. Here you go, sir.
So what am I looking at here? Oh, John Hamm. Nice.
Wait, are they saying anything? Can you hear it?
John Hamm.
Yeah.
I did him once or
I'm
twice.
John
I
Hamm.
think I did John.
Dude, I want to see the big
hear him.
redhead's titties
I'd
from
like to
Mad
buy,
Men,
yeah.
The World of Coke.
Why would you have sex with a man?
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Why would you? Why
Oh,
would
they're
you
doing
insert-
John Hamm impressions?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's not as good as mine, but it's close. Why is he friends with like a lot of
Why would a
comics?
person be?
He
the
just
voice?
was. Did he do stand up? I think
He
he just
nailed the
liked
voice.
Where would he just hang out?
What?
Like before he was famous.
He nailed
he
the
was, like,
voice. Like
Doug
it sounds pretty
So
close.
weird.
To play
Really?
strip poker with Doug Benson.
That's a pretty good voice impression, actually.
Yeah, no, they keep on going.
My ass.
Wait, he did?
Speaking of, can you do any impressions at this level?
What?
If I
Can you
listen
do
to
any
him,
impressions?
Dude, I haven't tried impressions in a while, so I don't think so. Too rusty at that shit.
Well, okay, wait. So this makes it sound like you have tried though. Like there are impressions
Yeah.
that, like what? Well,
Nelson
back in the
Mandela.
day,
Everyone back in the day did Nelson Mandela.
I didn't even know. Wait, what? Okay, what would be the impression of Nelson Mandela?
Okay, give me a sec. I will continue playing this. I need to go pick up my Starbucks.
pretty good. That was pretty good. It's a little too deep. It's a little like Bill from the fucking, what's that shit? Buffalo Bill?
You're a little too deep.
No, it sounded like a little.
You're a little too deep.
A little
With your little Greek ass.
Now Silence of the Lambs. That's what I said.
Ken Levine, is that his name?
Dude, I'm fucking Don Draper, dude. Dude, that's good.
Why would you let someone molest you?
Don, dude. Damn, what a world that was, dude. Don Draper could just get so much pussy.
Gold cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's not just for you. It's for the child inside of you that was molested. Old gold cigarettes. They're molested. And that's the campaign.
Don, you've done it again. Don, you son of a bitch. You fucking son of a bitch. You've done it again.
I feel like I can only do John Hamm if I got the headphones.
I'm gay.
How is it? Is this him?
No, it sounds good. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. I know what you're doing.
To Obama.
Yeah. I'm Ryan Schmidt.
I'm Don Draper. I'm Barack Obama, and I'm gay.
I'm Colin Quinn. I'm gay.
Yeah.
I'm Colin Quinn, and I'm gay. I'm Ryan Sharp.
Yeah.
And I'm also Colin Quinn.
Ryan Shutt.
Yeah, so this bullshit. But yeah, we would go like a thing that Nelson Mandela would say a lot would be like, all the people, we must move together as one. Something like that.
I'm not sure. All right, so that sounded to me like Kermit the Frog. It sounded to me very. Who else sounds like Kermit the Frog? Ray Romano sounds exactly like him too. I cannot tell the difference. If you played audio from Ray Romano and Kermit the Frog and like I was wearing blindfolds, I would not be able to tell the difference. They sound the same. If they had a conversation, I'm sure like one of them would be like, so when can I talk? And it's like, well, you've been talking. Wow, how do you know who's been talking this whole time? And if no one's been able to say a word. Yeah, it's because they sound the same.
So Ray Romano, Nelson Mandela, and Kermit the Frog walk into the bar. You don't know if it's them, but they all sound the same to you.
I mean, you make me sound racist when you say it like that, but I guess.
I don't think it's racist. It's just he had a funny way of talking.
Well, I know you don't make me sound racist, but I'm saying in today's racially charged climate, if
Cancel culture.
This is barely my third episode, and I'm already getting cancel threats. So life is full of interest. I'm still waiting on that Spotify deal, though. Joe Rogan did it. Why can't?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Buy stocks. You need to buy stocks.
Buy Joe Rogan stocks.
Mm-hmm. Spotify.
Apparently, I wonder how that will go through. I think for the most part, Joe Rogan's doing that for the money and like the freedom, right, to say whatever he wants without getting.
Like Spotify stocks are gonna increase.
Stocks are expensive, though. I think you don't think an EDTA would be better?
EDTA, what's that?
It's like buying partial stocks. You know, you buy several stocks, but only partially. I mean,
Like trading options and shit.
yeah.
Only if it's like if you're day trading.
I mean, so you think a better approach would be straight up than what's the word? What's it called? Just brokering yourself, like just buying stocks you feel solid in, versus day trading where you just kind of move with the day to day and see what's up and what's down.
I like to mix of both, but I haven't traded in a while.
Oh, so you have a portfolio. Is it diverse?
I had.
Oh.
I tried to diversify,
Hmm.
but I would only recommend diversifying a portfolio if you have $1,000 to invest.
Wait, why though? I mean, isn't the point of diversifying is just to protect against aggressive dips and peaks, I guess?
Yeah, but I mean, you feel like you get nowhere at a lower cost. So like when you have no money, you kind of want to generate more money. So
That's the dream.
yeah, no shit. But so like a good idea that helps is to day trade. That's why I'm like not against day trading. I'm just saying like if you're at the point in your life where you're making a good, what's a comfortable salary in the Bay Area, like 80K?
A month? Yeah. That'd be pretty comfortable.
You know what I mean. But like if you get like a solid like salary, then if after I study, doubt it, but after I graduate, I get a decent job and I can already like start, paying off student loans and shit, then I would definitely trade stocks and buy just full on shares instead of day trading.
So you would
That's how
argue against using a what do they call them? A firm, a broker, even if it's like a digital broker, like an algorithm that kind of just chooses the best stocks for you. You would encourage self what's the word? Self trade.
I don't discourage or encourage anything. Like
Okay.
if you feel like you don't know, then obviously you'd want help. Get help. But it's also very important, like for yourself to just kind of know the field a bit, so that you know where your money is going to, and it's in a sense like I wouldn't suggest it always because you need to. Sometimes the market is unpredictable, so yeah, but it also depends on the context of are you day trading or are you just normal trading?
I mean, normal trading sounds like it's definitely the better option if you have the money. It's just regular trading just seems more expensive than day trading. But no, but I mean,
Well,
I have to,
trading,
but I have to agree with you. It is better by far.
regular trading for me, I would only want to regular trade when I would be able to like afford at least more than just one stock of Facebook and nothing else. But I would want at least like 10 different like big company stocks like Facebook, Tesla, Apple, Spotify, Google.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay.
Like
Yeah,
stuff like
see,
that. Because,
yeah, I
because
agree.
at
Yeah.
the peak of my portfolio, you see, at the peak of you, like it's very, you have to play a long game, and it's very frustrating when you're constantly in like financial insecurity.
Yes.
When you constantly have to dip and into your portfolio to get out some money for yourself, then it's not sustainable to
do it.
to like normally trade, unless your parents fucking pay you,
True.
which some people have that privilege, because I know people who are younger than me, who are like 21, and they are moving around 17K.
Okay. Yeah, like because the thing about stocks is just a very expensive game.
It's not. It doesn't have to be expensive.
Oh come on! Like the alternative is what? What do they call them? Penny stocks?
No, fuck that. I'm talking about day trading. Like with day trading, it's the mean version of normal trading.
Yeah, but that day trading sounds like such a hipster, like day in, day out. You have to be on top of your portfolio for that, for sure. You got to have like a life feed, pretty much.
For me, when I used to day trade, like when I was in the peak of it, when I would actually make decent money off it.
Teach me the ways.
Like literally, it wasn't that long for a long time, but like someday, like I would say, first of all, you need to play it safe, and second of all, you need to at least have like about $300 worth, and then you can start making money with that $300.
Okay.
The most I made with the $300 was like $20 in a day, in like a few minutes. Yeah.
Damn. You were going places.
Yeah. I think the most I made in a day was like 100.
That's a lot. That's a crap ton, actually, compared to like the regular in and out.
It was when I had a good portfolio, but then I didn't work as much or something like that. I stopped working as much, and like I guess expensive lifestyles, being with going with friends.
I was gonna say, yeah, I noticed the Gucci sweater, the Gucci glasses, Supreme wallpaper.
I'm just saying, like, always dipping into your funds, even though, like, I'm not saying that I don't do it. I just know that it's a problem. Like, you tend to dip into your funds, and it's worse when you're kind of depressed, or not depressed, but like
down.
When you're down, yeah.
Because
like,
the name of the game is long term.
I wanted to go for a jog today, but the weather is down. Not down, but the weather is.
What happened to the best weather ever?
Oh no, I'm not I'm not saying that it's always like that. Today,
that's exactly what you're saying.
Today, for some reason, it's overcast. Is it sunny over there?
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot as balls.
No, here it's nice and cool. I'm wearing long pants and a hoodie.
I would argue maybe it's because you're from South Africa.
Dude, here in California, on the out of the bay, it gets fucking hot. Like around Sacramento, it gets really hot.
Yeah, forget those people. Like, let them fry in Sacramento. I can't understand why people would live there.
Like San Jose also gets hot, like especially in east and south.
Yes.
But like as soon as you get close to the water, then it cools off immensely, or even closer to the mountains.
Yeah, that's what's nice about it. I mean, it does get hot, but I think it's only because we live in like a valley. the mountains have a way of blocking off like cold breezes, which I think is why Santa Cruz is just the best place ever. Uh, just for the ocean's just right there, and it's like a cold ocean. Have you ever been to a place where the ocean is like warm? It's uncomfortable. It's not refreshing at all. Like you want to jump into the water, you're like, all right, ocean, and then it's hot still. You're like, but why? It sucks.
Oh,
It sucks.
okay.
I've been to those hot ocean places in Mexico. The beaches are nicer. I'll give them that. But the water itself, it's hot. It's still hot. It's like more. It's more of what you already have, but in water format. You know, like the heck. It's like I don't want the
I like
phase change.
some oceans that are like, I like it where you kind of move either more south or more north, where the water is kind of between that hot and cold, where
Like
it's
San Diego.
like San Diego is still kind of hot.
Yeah.
I would say so.
LA.
Like last time I was in LA, it was nice.
Long Beach, Venice Beach.
Redondo.
Well, Mister, I've traveled all over the world over here. Out of all the places you've been, where's the most? Where do you miss?
Where do I miss? What do I think of?
When imagine you're an old man in your room thinking back on your youth and all the places you've been up to this point. What place does your mind wander to? What place warms your bones on a cold day like a good soup?
Well, I can't think of it as an old man because there are so many places that I'm planning to go to.
Okay.
And I kind of want to think of them because the places that I've been to were on tours with my grandpa, which is novel. It's fun and stuff, but I won't have fond memory. I will always have memories, but it won't be fond because it wasn't like natural, you know? It was kind of a forced, not forced in a negative connotation, but it was a coerced way of like just knowing the culture and the land. Like it was fun, but it wasn't like the same fun you would have if you and a buddy went to a random country and just backpacked through the country or like did your own stuff instead of follow hotels and tour guides so that you don't really embrace the culture. You just like see it from a distance. It's like an interactive TV experience almost.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Well, you're there, but emotionally you're not there.
Yeah, kind of. And also I was like still like the last one that I went to with my grandpa was like when I was like 13, 14.
Wow,
So
that was like almost 10 years
the
ago.
thing that I would remember fondly though is I did one tour that I do remember, like really remember, was my grandpa, my dad, and we did a tour in Lesotho on horseback for 5 days.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so we were just riding throughout the like Switzerland of Africa.
Switzerland of Africa.
Yeah, it's like in the mountains and shit. It's really nice.
Mm.
And then you just get villages here and there. And everything was so beautiful. Like all these villages, they're clean, they're good development, they seem natural, they don't like seem economically like, even though yeah, of course they're villages and they're not like there's no cars and shit, but development hasn't reached there yet or won't because of tradition. But then the last fucking village, the last night, it was nasty. Like there were like there were dogs with shitload of fleas. Everything was dirty. There was always a constant like foul smell. Everybody was dusty. There was no like nearby water. It felt like seemingly in the middle of nowhere. The village was very dusty, and the outhouse, the trapper, was on the side and 95% full.
Ugh. I always wondered how villages kind of popped up in the middle of nowhere like that. Like the location seems terrible, the resources seem terrible. It's like, how did you even start here? Like,
Actually, there was something, a crossroads or something, and there was a shop there, and more people flocked around the shop because of work, and more people came in, and then it became a thing. Like, there's usually an economic incentive to get there.
what was the economic incentive of this place?
Of that village, dude, I don't remember. I was like 13, and I just spent like 8 hours on a horse.
There was none.
I was tired, and all these people were like dusty. Like I just wanted to like sleep and get back to our starting point and take a nice shower. 'Cause that night I felt the dirtiest. I felt like there were fleas everywhere. Just subliminal dirty. I didn't like it.
How familiar are you with, I guess, the mythology of Africa, South Africa?
Not that familiar. There's a lot of mythology. I kind of can get some of it, but I'm more familiar with the history.
So like Anansi and stuff like that.
I don't know much of it.
Watch American Gods and educate yourself, you uncultured swine.
How many seasons is there?
There's only 2 at the moment. I think the 3rd is in production.
On what do you watch it? You
I pirate it. I watch it off a website that plays.
Which website?
I can send you. I was like, I'll send you the link because it's a weird website that doesn't make sense in English. Sorry, English.
Is it an Asian website?
No, it's English, but like the URL is just something ridiculous that no one in their right mind would ever, you know.
Is the
like
URL
just,
long or?
See, here's the chat. Paste. Kind of. Oh, I sent the link to what I was previously watching, I guess. So you can use it to watch that too, I guess.
It's .net.
So you know they're trying to hide from the government.
Sweet.
You know, I found the website. It's basically Netflix, but for anime. It looks it looks really nice. It looks really clean and like they put a lot of time into it. Subs and dubs, if you ever want to watch it.
Well,
but,
I don't really care about. Oh, I know this streaming thing.
Service. Yeah, I think
out of here with your.
They use the same one for like almost every website. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's whoever made the domain is just trying to be extra for some reason.
Yeah, no. I don't need to pirate for anime because Hulu has a very good selection and HBO Max has a good selection.
Hey, HBO Max, what's it good for besides Game of Thrones?
I didn't even watch it. I watched it has Studio Ghibli movies, and it has Close Enough by J.G. Quintel, and it's actually really good. I really like it.
Also, hey, wait, HBO, are they the ones that released the Leaving Neverland documentary?
Leaving Neverland, what's that about?
Um, it's a two-part documentary that goes over Michael Jackson's pedophile allegations. Oh, and
Oh yeah, I've
it's
heard.
extremely detailed, like way like graphically detailed. There's no reenactments, it's just like the actual victims describing it. But the way they describe it, like the look in their eyes, like it's like they're reliving it. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like it's I could swear, like if you look at their eyes, it's almost like they miss like that for like
Oh.
yeah, you can
Hey,
tell
no,
how
I
messed
I
up
don't
it
know
is.
about that, but all I know is that I just have it. I don't pay for it. I just have it. I have
Is it magically?
HBO Max. I have HBO Go, I think, for now. I have Netflix. I have Hulu, Disney Plus, FX Now, and Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, no, I have
Literally
most
from my girlfriend.
from what?
Through my girlfriend. I don't
So
pay for
so
anything.
so that you just give her the D and she gives you the passwords.
Pretty much.
Damn. So you give it to her so good.
Oh yeah,
she
definitely.
she takes care of you because you take care of her.
Yes. I fulfill her
Hey man.
needs.
Hey, I'm not even gonna make fun of that. You, sir, are an example to us all. Maybe one day I can follow your lead and
Do you think sex is only used for pleasure? Come on, man.
I mean, one time I convinced a girl to get better grades in school using sex. So
Good. That's a positive philanthropic.
it seemed like a good idea at the time.
It's a very positive and philanthropic way of using sex.
I
Whereas
mean,
mine is more capitalistic.
wait, but I mean, isn't it a win-win situation though?
About what? The philanthropic one, where you
Uh,
convince a girl
I mean,
to
both.
get better grade?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, in your case too, like it sounds like as long as in her mind she is receiving just as much at least as she gives, then it's all good in the hood. Like you have paid your dues.
I think it's a bit more extreme because I think I use it as a capitalistic system where I get something in return as well.
But wouldn't you get something in return regardless?
Yes, kind of, but
Well,
I
actually,
get
wait,
more.
wait, wait,
So
wait,
it's
wait.
win-win-win.
Let me ask this question, and I think it'll answer a lot of questions. Is it raw?
Well, recently it's been not raw.
Okay, interesting.
Simply because I feel so paranoid. I don't know, but I've never been able to like for the last amount of time. It takes me way too long to like finish.
Interesting.
It takes me way too long, and once I do, then it's like
Then it's
like yesterday I was doing laundry, and like I was complaining to my girlfriend about like um the um about like my laundry load because it didn't all fit into one washing machine. So I told her I underestimated my load, and she told me that you do that a lot.
interesting. Interesting. So what you're saying is you're in a mutually beneficial um, I don't want to use the word relationship because it feels too, uh, I don't know, undescriptive. But it's a mutually beneficial circumstance.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it for the streaming. That's just
It's just a fringe benefit.
it's just a benefit. But like if I look at it through the lens of a capitalist, through a libertarian, conservative capitalist, then yeah, fuck neoliberalism.
Neoliberalism. I guess. Well, to me, the trade-off is still pretty even. I guess it depends on how the level of satisfaction you deliver. I mean, it is possible to over-deliver. What if you're the one getting the short end of the stick and you don't even know it?
I mean,
Like you're smashing, your quality of your smashing is vastly surpasses what you're getting in return. You wouldn't even mind, right?
so I'm not giving good enough or she's not giving good enough.
No, you're not giving optimum D.
Okay.
There's a difference. I mean, good enough is up to her, but optimum is up to you.
Optimum. You know what? I think like I watched the do you know the documentary miniseries by Vox on Netflix called Explained?
It sounds familiar. I might have seen that on my recommended.
It's pretty good. Like it explains like just random things, and
Mm.
I like it. It's short, quick bits of like some information just to have. And there, like one that I just watched was about monogamy, and they're like saying it's not 100% natural for humans to be monogamous um, because of our sociology and like the invention of monogamy being actually pretty recent, especially monogamy for love. Um, so like yeah, like it talks about that, and but then there's also that humans have a deep connection to one another sometimes, which is like an unquantifiable thing. Uh, so I don't know. I don't feel the need to like give optimum D because I try to always outperform myself every time with her. And
So there is no such thing as peak performance. There is only
I
better
feel
than.
I feel there is always better or different because I feel the dick you give in your 70s is vastly better and vastly different than the dick you give in your 20s, depending on how virulent, or not virulent, but how virile, I think that's the word, you are.
Mhm. Interesting. No,
So
but
if you can maintain an erection and go on for a while and have that stamina, then fuck it, get it. Because then you're more experienced, you know what you need, and like if you've had multiple partners, then like you kind of can formulate an estimation of what your new partner would want.
so you're saying experience is key.
I feel yes, to an extent it is, but also everyone is different. That's also something important to remember.
I disagree. Respectfully, of course.
What do you mean? So you think there is a peak performance there? Like
I
you get to the top and then it's just downhill.
I believe yes, and I believe different people have different peaks.
Okay. So
Uh,
let's say one person's peak is at like in their 20s, and then somebody else's peak is like in their deep 50s.
it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, because the name of the game at the end of the day isn't here. Okay, here let me explain. So, in your opinion, what constitutes good smashing? Is it uh, longevity, or is it your ability to get your ability to get her to climax in a short amount of time? For example, what's better, one really drawn out climax or three climaxes in the same time period?
Actually a good question.
Right?
I think it's all dependent on the person and the people who are having the experience, because you can have optimal fucking amazing sex
Yeah.
within like 10 minutes, or you can have the same optimum best ever in like half an hour, whatever.
Mhm.
I think it all depends on like the context of like what's happening. So like I feel that the best like performance is it shouldn't be too short, because then it becomes more of a habitual thing,
Yeah.
even though it yeah, but like if I feel it has to have some length to it. You can't just
Giggity.
too you know, like, oh, that was so good. Was it good for
I'm
you?
sure every girl agrees that it has to have some length.
Yes. Uh, um, but like there has to be a period of time that's like respectable, you know? But then also the quality of yes,
Uh,
smash.
okay, so from a biological standpoint, I would argue the drawn out approach uh, has to be quantifiably better. Let me explain. Uh, because the amount of what do you call them? I mean, like oxytocin and estrogen and oxygen, it builds up over the brain. So what would be more stimulating for a neuron, right? To get sprayed with dopamine and oxytocin three times rapidly, but in small amounts, or one very large, drawn out uh, burst. To that, I would say, well, let's look at drugs that do the similar things like ecstasy, right?
Mhm.
Um, as you can see, like there's a reason why people go back to it. Giggity. That's what I would say. Like if you want like the quick high, you could just jerk it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, but then also there's people whose oxytocin receptors are different as well, so they can only handle so much, where like after a while it just becomes overstimulating
Can
and
you
it
be overstimulated though? I've never met
yeah,
someone with that problem.
I guess you haven't I
Thankfully,
guess
thankfully.
uh,
But it sounds
I
like you have.
yeah, I have.
Really, it sounds
Yeah,
terrible.
no, like off it's kind of like it feels when you come and you still keep on jerking off.
Okay, that's different, though. That's different. That's very different. You've
Like
already climaxed at that point. I'm talking about the build up to it. How?
yeah, okay, if there's a build up before the climax, then yeah, then we're on the same page. But I'm saying like with girls, they can climax multiple times.
The thing with girls is like they are
Good point.
mysterious creatures, though.
Okay, but I feel that there's a lot of I think it is quantifiable and measurable, but I think for some people they would only want like shorter spans than others. I think everybody is different to an extent, but a nice, long, drawn-out one is always.
I was gonna say everyone's different, but aren't there key biological preferences?
When you asked me that, the first thing I thought of was Valentine's Day this year.
Gross.
That was really gross.
Ah, I'm gonna clean my laptop after this. It's everywhere. Ah, how did you do that through the internet? Now I gotta put a condom on this thing. Jeez.
Like you have to put the entire condom over. Nice.
I hope I didn't catch anything by just listening to that.
I am from Africa, so.
So AIDS.
Yep.
Thankfully, I have a different strain, so jokes
You
on
have
you.
a different strain of AIDS.
Dude, that was probably the most surprising thing when you learn about viruses. Like, people will catch the same thing multiple times if they're not careful. It's like, sir, you have like 5 different kinds of AIDS. It's sad, but at the same time, it's like, well, you learn something new every day. It's probably the most I think entertaining and sad. Like, some people though, they'll have like multiple strains of extremely deadly diseases and they look perfectly fine. Like, that's one of those quirks of like immunology. It's like, how are you still walking this earth? How like, for example, I found out a while ago.
The power of crack, man.
Well, not just the power of crack, but a lot of lady celebrities have, I think it's either HIV or AIDS, and it all came from one guy, like
Isn't it
one
like gonorrhea?
something.
I think it's more like gonorrhea because AIDS
No,
is.
no, it's literally, yeah, it's one of those. I was surprised too. It's
What the
one
fuck?
baseball player who just like had sex with almost like the hottest women in Hollywood, and we're talking Scarlett Johansson, Jessica Alba. Yeah, one baseball player. I know. Hey, it got me by surprise too. This douchebag like just spread AIDS.
I want to see this. Like, what article was this? By
All right.
whom?
Okay, I will track it down because you need to know this.
Because if it's like onion.com, then I
Oh
would be like,
wow,
fuck
it
that.
is not Onion.
So this is not the onion thing. Oh, by the way, what do you do in your free time these days? Because I'm assuming that you're mostly either at work or at home.
Well, for a while it was something like that because someone in my work got what's the word? Got sick, and they had to get tested, and it's like you can't come back to work. So and what's the word? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. It's not. Never mind. It's not AIDS or HIV.
I had a feeling because
It's the herp.
Yeah, that makes more sense because you almost like
No,
this
but still, that one guy. It's still that one guy though.
If you said AIDS, then it would prove like 80 years of studies, basically, because like in South Africa, we would study the shit out of AIDS. We studied AIDS a lot.
Well, I mean, what is it? AIDS is a virus that hides in the DNA of the white blood cells that specifically would be targeting it, right?
They hide in the RNA of I think help like a specific white blood cell. You're right.
Literally the specific white blood cells that would normally help combat the virus itself.
No specific white blood cell would code antibodies to to make things that like target that are antiretroviral basically.
I heard CRISPR though is phenomenal. I mean, they got rats with like 90% AIDS in their body, and they injected some CRISPR modified white blood cells. So they took the white blood cell of that same rat, modified it with CRISPR, put it back into the rat, and they brought it down to like 2% or something.
Yeah, I can believe that it helps, but I think eliminating AIDS is much better because I think often
it's near impossible though. Getting rid of a virus is one of those holy grails. Like you're gonna have to be like the Einstein of freaking virology to pull that one off.
But you can definitely suppress them. And with AIDS, like there's a bunch of people living with AIDS, but it's hard. Like I wouldn't want to live with AIDS. How the fuck would Jessica Alba or Scarlett Johansson fucking live with AIDS here?
Hey,
like,
Magic Johnson is still doing it, surprisingly enough. So
money, you know that
hey,
part.
They got money too. Just freaking
money is the cure to AIDS.
AIDS. That was the South Park joke, right? Like, oh, it's money. That's you just take a lot of $100 bills, you put them in a blender and drink it.
Yep, that's all it is.
But I think it's just because AIDS is such a personalized virus that
you're like fully went off topic from my original question,
which is
what have you been doing in your free time?
Well, it's either watching reruns, not The Office. I like The Office, but I'm not enough to rewatch it like everyone else seems to do.
I don't.
I think
The Office.
Yeah, like it's good, but it's not great. You know.
Not the personality trait.
Yeah, I personally, How I Met Your Mother, I would say is the better sitcom. But I've been trying to get back into guitar, actually.
Okay.
I mean, I used to be, if I do say so myself, pretty good.
Not to brag.
I mean, like good enough so that I could
good enough to like decent pussy.
Challenge like random strangers and win. Like, it was nice. That's a nice feeling to beat someone at something that requires a high level of skill. Fencing. If I'm trying to get back into fencing was amazing. That was the best class I think I've ever taken. Like, I think I found my sport.
Wait, did you take it at Pienza?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was freaking dope. Yeah, it was dope, man. It was amazing.
Wait, do you still go to Pienza?
Yes. And all right. I don't want to go into too much detail right now because it's not resolved yet. But I am scheduled to have a hearing for, get this, academic dishonesty.
Nice.
So,
where did you cheat?
A test, a chemistry test.
Did you cheat?
I can't say that on camera.
Recording.
Right. That's what's like interesting. Apparently, I've been researching a little bit about those hearings, and they're basically like freaking. Like it's recommended you bring a lawyer. That's how intense apparently they get.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
So I'm a little like what's the word? Heightened. Like I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm getting ready. You know, I'm watching a lot of legal advice YouTube videos. Legal advice just in terms of how to argue.
You should go on to Reddit.
That's right. Actually, I should. Reddit's low key, probably one of the best resources.
Yep. Ask a lawyer or something. Legal
Because yeah, but
advice?
from what I hear, it shouldn't be that bad. It's literally my first offense. I've never done anything like
Like,
this.
but which chemistry class was it for?
1C.
Okay, so like OChem? No,
Uh,
OChem.
it's right before OChem. It's this one and then OChem.
What do you still need to finish?
The OChem, and then I could. Oh well, I should. I was thinking about just leaving Dianza regardless. Like I'm a little tired of the scenery.
Okay.
It's literally just to get a different view, and I'm curious to try the semester system. Quarter system is amazing. I really like it. I'm okay with the speed, but semesters they can't. They're very
So do
popular.
you like what are you planning to do with the with like your community college? Are you planning to go on to
Yeah,
like
I was hoping to get a research assistant position at some point. Specific, like this class in particular, the professor highlight, like he just said, this class in particular is meant to like get you to be good inside a lab, right, and get you a job, which is why the COVID is really detrimental to you in particular because you know you're specifically not going to be in a class in a lab setting to pass this class. And I was like, great. So that's what I want because once I can get like some kind of lab experience, then I can just branch out into like programs, which is what I really like. That's the dream. Like once I get like my hand on the first branch, I can just start climbing that tree, as they say.
what would you study at university then?
uh, Biochem, but in particularly, I'm really curious to get into the what's it? The metabolic processes at the molecular level, in particular, which is why bio and chem are both like hand in hand in that particular subject.
All right.
But I mean, I'm just a guy, getting accused of academic dishonesty right now. So my account is on hold, so I can't transfer, can't do anything right now. The answer's got me frozen. Got my assets frozen.
You're taking the kids?
Apparently, and they're just ruthless. Like, supposedly this is supposed to have been resolved within 10 days. It's been like a month, maybe more.
Well, it is summer.
Oh,
So
and it's multiple students that are getting accused too. It's like
well,
like maybe half the class.
it was an online test.
Yeah, so half the class is accused.
No wonder. Fucking Dianza, like some professors have their heads up their asses.
I guess.
No, like I don't like some of the faculty there, especially in STEM.
I will agree to an extent. No, you're right. Actually, you phrased that right. Some of the professors, yeah.
Yeah, some of them are really nice,
Yeah.
and some of them are wet noodles.
Yeah, like the wording is right. Some professors are pretty understanding of the situation and will react accordingly, but then others are just, what are you doing, my guy? But it is what it is. I scheduled a pre-hearing to get some information for when the actual hearing happens. And from what I've seen, I guess they're going to take everyone one at a time. So I guess that's going to drag it out even longer because it's half the class. It's at least 15 students. And I heard from another student who was in a biology class that class also got like hit with that as well.
Literally, I feel that a lot of STEM professors, they will do this because, like, I helped this one girl with her math final. She paid me like, I wanted to get more. She promised me more. anymore, but whatever. I don't really care anymore. I get paid. And like I helped her with some of her homework. Um, and like it felt like a lot of the STEM professors, like anything to do with like any STEM, honestly, they were kind of anal about like cheating and looking online for help. But how can you monitor that? How would you properly know that somebody did something? Like, I don't know, man.
No,
It's
yeah, no,
a,
I
a
really,
lot of academic, like there will be academic dishonesty. It's like it's right there. It's right there. Like nobody's gonna hold you, like can hold you properly accountable. How the fuck do they know? Unless they have a fucking camera in your house.
no, that's what's whack about it. Like, before in the, I don't know if you remember, but like the chem professors would always make it clear, like, that the lab is more important, right? Like, make sure you, because if you fail your lab, even if you get an A in lecture, like, you're not passing this class, right? So I always like got an A in lab and like got like a C in lectures, right? Because I was barely there mentally, but I was present every every class, uh, which is how I've been able to like push through all these classes, just because it's like I'm better at this in my hands and like at the tests. uh, I would always just do, okay. But then, everything online is basically all lecture, 100% lecture, and nothing but lecture, which is,
It,
it's
it
just,
completely makes sense.
yeah,
I understand.
it's like,
Like
come on.
there's no accountability. You're using all the resources that are available to you.
It's like, yeah, what's
And
the point of the class, right? To pass it.
yeah, that's the bottom line. And like people, I don't know, there's just a lot of bullshit when it comes to that.
Yeah, well, hopefully this gets resolved as favorably as possible.
Okay. Right. That's a text from my landlady. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
No, but that's what's happening in the background, anyways. In the foreground, I'm just buying a lot of shit I don't need, and uh, looking around to see what do I do. Oh, and I sleep a lot more now than I did before. I don't know why. Coffee's great, but it doesn't. I can drink a cup of coffee and not and sleep right after.
And like I drank that coffee and I'm feeling sleepy again.
Right. Is that
But
mental thing or is caffeine just not?
to like cut you short for a second. Like when it's at 8, then I have to go. I want to make food and then I want to finish assignments. Like because right now on those classes, and the thing is, they require more intuitive thinking. Like I'm taking a lot of classes that require intuitiveness and like critical thinking because it's politics. But after I get this degree, I really want to improve my maths.
You mean math?
Yes, my maths.
No math. No S. I caught that.
Mathematics. So it's mathematic, not mathematics.
That's right. I'm glad you caught that. It is just mathematic. Things are algebraic. It's not algebras.
Okay. But yeah, I want to improve that because I would honestly want to I would want to get maybe a degree in economics.
Interesting. So once you get that degree in economics, I can just give you my portfolio, and you can drive it for me.
I guess
I'm just saying.
maybe.
I'm just saying. You know, put that degree to some good use, or you could waste it in like a brokerage firm. I guess.
Like what? Like that South Park meme. Just gonna invest this, and it's gone.
And it's gone. Or more optimistically, Wolf on Wall Street. A
Get Quaaludes.
dang. What would you do with that kind of lifestyle money?
With like so much money that I have to bury it, type of Pablo Escobar money.
More like so much money that actually, well, Pablo Escobar in particular, he couldn't use a bank. You would be able to use a bank. So like
So
the volume of the money itself is not an issue.
what would I do with that kind of money?
Yeah.
Like if I was part of the 1%.
Yeah. The 1% of the 1%.
So I think the 1%, if you're saying like there's 8 billion people roughly in the world, so then there's like 80,000, I think.
Roughly.
80,000. So then the 1% of 80,000 would be not 8,000. 800?
Yeah.
800?
Yeah.
So if I was one of those 800 people in the world.
Yeah, you're
what
basically the prince of Iraq or something at that point.
What would I do?
Yeah.
How fucking not Epstein shit, because that's weird. Like when it comes to that, I would try to find out and like coerce them into making it more legal. You know, older, like desperate girls, but legally desperate, where they're not liable. Because fuck. I mean, if you're talking about me as in the context of me now,
Yeah.
where I like with my mind right now and
Yeah.
everything, I'm just dropped that money, then it would be completely different. Whereas if I lived that lifestyle, I would try to like sway government.
No, but living that lifestyle actually changes who you are if you have it from an early age. Because I've seen that kids who grow up with like extremely wealthy parents to that level, like those kids are useless. Like they have no work skills. They are not as skilled as their parents who like run businesses. Like they don't know what they're going to do with their life, and they don't have to, because even if their parents die, they're set up, beyond the lifespan of their parents.
Those people, no.
Like they don't own closets because they can just buy stores.
I think if I made so much money that I could like afford a lot, like I could afford, like I make more than the GDP of certain countries.
Nice.
Like I could afford to Airbnb an entire country for a few days.
Nice.
If I got that kind of money, I would actually like start giving it away into like charities and stuff. Like try to Bill Gatesify, like work on.
Really? You wouldn't be like Elon Musk?
Space travel?
Not just space travel, but like I like his approach over Bill Gates.
Yes.
Bill Gates is like, let's help these charities that help people. Elon Musk is like, let me do it myself. Get out of my way. Yeah, I can do it better.
I would kind of do both, where I would help some charities that actually do really good, whereas I think when I'm at that powerful level, that I can kind of already see the bullshit in many of these charities, where they just say they're doing something, but most of their money goes into embezzling funds for themselves.
Yeah. No, yeah, because there's a lot of horrible things that happen in the world on an everyday basis. And I'm not talking about like people getting kidnapped. because every 30 seconds, right, someone is like being kidnapped forever. But I mean, like, even if you're just helping, what's like the Arbor Day Foundation, so we don't suffocate on this blue marble, stuff like that. Dang, would you go poacher hunting if you could afford it? No,
Never.
why not?
Oh, poacher hunting, like
Yeah.
go killing poachers. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Go hunting for those douchebags.
Yeah, no, definitely. I misinterpreted
Yeah.
what you were saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say like mount their heads on your wall, show them off, be
Maybe
like,
not to that extent, but I would definitely like go in the field with a nice gun, nice just technology and fucking light them up. But
right,
honestly, not really. I wouldn't want to kill them. It's more like I would want to find them in order to kind of expose them and find out their employer. Because like I would try to dismantle a lot of things, but yeah.
so as long as there's a demand, there will be a supply. Is that your reasoning?
It becomes like really tinfoil hat type of stuff.
To the lizard people?
Like you know that always in Philadelphia meme where Charlie, you know Always Sunny,
Yeah,
where Charlie is like Pepe
he
Sylvia.
has the wall. Yeah.
That's kind of me when it comes to like conspiracy theories to China.
Yo, conspiracy theories are surprisingly entertaining. I have gone down some rabbit holes myself, and I've come out a different man on the other side. So, and I don't blame you. There's something about
No,
them
no,
is just
some
appealing.
of them are because like the fact that there was an Epstein is already
Damn.
like
Damn, yeah. Whoa, like,
Panama Papers. The Panama Papers shit. That
oh
there's
my,
it's so much that we're just like okay with that
Yeah.
I am not surprised anymore.
that
Like
sounded like a movie plot, though. So, like, up the chain, So many higher ups were like involved. It's such an insane. Like, if I didn't see it, like, if the media didn't cover it as well as it did, I don't know if I'd believe it if someone just said it. Like,
yeah, no.
yeah,
Like
that's how insane it is to
so
think.
like that the Netflix documentary, like it says that they're saying that the fact that Epstein didn't kill himself or killed himself was a conspiracy theory, but I honestly don't believe it's a conspiracy. Like
He did it himself.
9/11 was a George Bush thing is a conspiracy
Yeah,
because
that's a conspiracy. That one was a bunch of
it has
pissed
a
off
lot of-
Muslims.
it has a lot of deniability and a lot of different factors.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't say that George Bush caused 9/11, but it's not just black and white thing.
Well, no, no. I mean, the cause of 9/11 is like years and years, decades and decades of freaking U.S. Middle Eastern interest colliding. Yeah, no, George Bush definitely did not cause it, not by a long shot. He just got stuck paying the bill at the end of the night, for sure. And I'm not a fan of George Bush, but I will defend him on that because it's like, no, he's not nowhere near like that, I mean, he's the president, but he's nowhere near that freaking what's the word? Like a mad genius, like, yes, if I topple the government, all I gotta do is fake a terrorism attack. Okay.
Well, Cheney fucking was capable of it.
No, Cheney's capable of it if he has the opportunity and someone else presents it to him. He's not smart enough to think of that on his own. He's a stupid, like, evil man.
It was the perfect opportunity to take over the Iraqi oil.
Because if Cheney was legit, he would have did what President Johnson did and assassinate the president so that he could become, the new president.
Is that?
Yeah, that's another conspiracy theory that Lyndon B. Johnson
Yeah,
had
well-
Kennedy assassinated because he's like the only president in history who ran for vice president. No one has ever ran for vice president since.
Yeah, that's pretty sus.
Right? It's like, why do you
I
want to be
mean-
vice?
I'm not surprised that could have happened because like, everybody there's a lot of possibilities of fucked up shit happening.
Yeah, but I'm more interested in aliens, man. Let's talk Hollow Earth. Let's talk Anunnaki. Oh, it's 8 o'clock actually. You mentioned you have some needs you need to satisfy in the privacy of your own home.
Not in the way that you're putting it like that.
I'm gonna edit what you just said out. But anything that you want to say to your adoring fans on the way?
Nothing much. It just sounds like you've been listening to that one song so many on repeat.
I don't know what you're talking about. I like took off the music like a while ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I hear like Chopin in the background.
Maybe you're just a classy man. Who knows?
Maybe.
I'll listen to
Maybe
the podcast actually
borderline.
and see if it's some audio problem. But other than that, it has been an honor and a pleasure. Though I disagree with some of your opinions, I will fight to the death your right to have them.
That's a good one. I think Joe Rogan is like that.
Feisty?
No, like the statement you said, though I disagree.
Oh.
Like I guess like a lot of my opinions are swayable, but yeah, I guess. But yeah. Anyway.
That was very articulate and well thought out, Aleksey. I appreciate you sharing that with the class.
All right.
We will see you later.